What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Rockstarflipper YouTube channel. And everyone has been asking and begging and pleading with me to make more Amazon videos, and so I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna start with one today and a few going forward. You guys read the title, and this is about Amazon FBA and private label. And a lot of people don't understand what private label is. I get a message a day, 2 messages, 3 messages daily. What is private label? How do you do it? Can you make money on it? How do I get started? On and on and on. So I'm gonna go over the basics of private label. I'm gonna, basically, for lack of a better word, I'm gonna dumb this down as much as I can so that those of you that are not familiar with it or have never done it will understand what it is, how to do it, and hopefully it'll help you decide whether or not it's a route or an avenue for you to try and experiment with and try to make money with. Now, I am gonna put this warning out there, and some people will probably disagree with this, but to a point, no one can really refute this. Private label takes time, it takes a lot of work, and it takes money. You're not gonna start with $100 or $200 or even really $1,000 and get started with private label and have any level of real success. It takes thousands of dollars to do it on a scale that's going to be really worth your time. You can do it with a few $100. There's certainly products that you can buy for $1 a piece. You could buy 100 of them, spend $100, get it labeled, get it in, get it for sale, and start making some money. That's rare and it's hard to do, but again, if you're only buying 100 of an item, you're probably not gonna sell a whole lot to get started. So, what is private labeling? Private labeling is essentially buying a product, and typically it's from China or Hong Kong or overseas. You certainly could buy a product from the United States or domestically or someone else, but 9 times out of 10 it ends up coming from China. And you're buying a generic product. It has no brand, it has no name, it has no logo, it has nothing on it, and you're buying it with the intention of bringing it in. Once it arrives to you, you are going to be the one to brand it, label it, mark it with your company name or your product name, and then you are going to sell it under your name. So the reason that that is allowed is because you're not stealing someone else's name. If you bought a cell phone case and labeled it with the word OtterBox, you've stolen OtterBox's name. But if you buy a generic cell phone case and label it as Casey's cell phone case, it's your case. As long as you are not buying their trademark property, you're fine. Let me give you an example. I bought these a while ago and I sold quite a few. These are iPad mini tablet cases. These are pink and black ones. I bought them in many colors, which we'll get into in a minute. And they have no logo, no name, no nothing. They just come in a plain plastic baggie, which sometimes they don't come in anything and you provide the plastic baggie. But anyways, they're just plain and generic. They have nothing on them. And so I labeled them with my name. Doesn't matter the name, just labeled them with my name on the case. And so now I've trademarked these, or I'm sorry, I've private labeled these, which you'd also want to trademark it to protect your name. That's a whole nother video, a whole nother topic. But anyways, once this product arrives to you and you want to sell it on Amazon, it has to get a name and a UPC barcode. Just like any other product you'd see in Walmart and Target and any of that stuff, you have to put the name on it. Now, you can sometimes negotiate with your supplier, your manufacturer who makes these, to put it in packaging with your name on it before it arrives to you. That's fine if he's willing to do it. If he's willing to slap this plastic bag and put Casey's tablet case on it, that's cool. Or if you want to get it and take it to a graphic designer or the guy that makes your business cards or whatever and have them slap, your logo or your design or your little character on it or whatever, either way is fine. It doesn't matter. It does cost money to do that. Some people don't logo or label their stuff at all. They create a graphic design and on the pictures, they Photoshop it for the listing, but when the item actually arrives to you, it just arrives in this plain plastic baggie, which is kind of what I did. I just created a design for online. I didn't go through spending the money of paying the graphic designer or the Chinese supplier to slap my logo on it. Now, that's more professional. It kind of, when it arrives to the customer, it looks cool. So I do recommend doing that. I didn't really do that or want to spend the money on it to start with. In hindsight, I look back, I probably should have, but that is how that works. So the second piece of information that you need once this product arrives and once you've got your logo or your design or your packaging all set up is it has to have that barcode. It has to be scannable. And when your product arrives, it doesn't exist in this world. It has no UPC, no barcode. So you have to get one. The reason you have to get one is because when people look it up on Amazon, they're gonna look it up by the barcode or by the internal Amazon serial number. It's called an ASIN, which has to have a barcode. Just like on eBay, it has to have a UPC code to be assigned to it. So I buy all of mine off eBay. I used to buy them like 100 for $1. And so you would buy just a UPC and you would assign, you know, let's say your first UPC that you bought was 123. This pink and black iPad case is UPC 123. And if I bought 100 of these, if I bought multiples to sell, they're all exactly the same color, size, shape, everything. Every single one gets the same 123 barcode on it. So you would print 100 123 barcodes and stick a barcode on every single one, just like that. These are all the same barcode. This barcode ends in E3Q9, E3Q9. They all get the same barcode, they're identical. If I had these in blue, which I happen to, they would no longer be 123. They would end in 124 because they are not pink. And then every single blue one would get 124. And then if you had green, they would get 125 or whatever numbers you've created or made up or got for the UPCs. And that's how that works. Now, if I had a pink one and they were full-size iPads, they would not get 123 because they are not the same. They would get 129 or 1210 or 12 whatever. They are different. When a customer looks up a product and they want the full-size iPad, they're not gonna look up 123 and pull up these minis because when they order 123 and it shows up, it's not gonna fit their full-size iPad. Every single product gets its own individual number. If you have multiple of that product, they get that same number again and again and again over the same product. So all 123s, a bigger one or a blue one, 124, 129, whatever it is. Hopefully that makes sense. Does that make sense to everyone? If not, comment down below. I don't really know how else I can explain that, but pretty easy. So now you've got your product, you've got it packaged up all nice, and now you've got a UPC sticker that you've printed out and you've slapped on it. It is ready to sell. You have an option. You can sell this right out of your house, right out of your office. You can go into Amazon, create new product. It's gonna ask you to title it. It's gonna ask you to describe it. It's gonna ask you to price it, quantity it, and then it's gonna ask you for this UPC code, which you'll type in. Once the product's created, you can hit list and it will be for sale. 10 of them are up for sale, 20 of them, 100 of them, however many you get, all up for sale. Create the blue one, create the green one, whatever it is. Now it's all listed, it's in your house. If somebody goes on and buys it, you ship it out, just like a normal Amazon order, just like an eBay order, etc. The FBA part of it, which is what is smart to do, especially if you have a product that is gonna sell, is once the item is listed and it's active on Amazon, you go to the product and you create an FBA shipment. Amazon will provide you with a shipping label. You will stick your products into the box. You will slap the shipping label on it. Amazon tells you where to ship it. They give you a label that sends it to the warehouse they want it at. Sometimes it will go to multiple warehouses. Let's say you have 200 of these and you ship them in. They may provide you 2 labels. 100 goes to a Texas warehouse, 100 goes to a Florida warehouse. They decide that. You have no control over that. You will stick them into the boxes with the proper labels. You will ship them to the Amazon warehouse and that's it. It arrives, they scan it, they receive it, they stock it on the shelves, and when they sell, they ship it out to you and you get paid. And that's how private label works. Now, the reason that I said that this may not be for everyone is this. You have to spend the money to buy the product. You have to spend the money to get it in, to package it, to label it, to list it, to ship it to Amazon, to store it at Amazon. You've got all these costs, which sometimes can be minimal if you can get a cheap product. I think these cost me $2 a piece, and I was originally selling them for like 15. So once you have all that cost out of the way, and you know, it's quantity, you now have to let people know you have a product. Nobody knows that Casey's iPad cases exist. They know LifeProof exists. They know OtterBox exists. They know all those cases exist. They go looking for it. They don't go looking for these. They don't know they're around. So now you have to spend money on advertising. Google AdWords, pay-per-clicks, Instagram marketing, Facebook ads, you know, a billboard, a newspaper, whatever it is. You have to spend money to let people know these exist. Hey, I've got this great new case. It's 15 bucks, it's free shipping, it protects your iPad. It's awesome, it's bright colors. Go check it out on Amazon, here's the link. And that's where the money starts getting expensive. When you're spending on advertising and your average costs can be hundreds or thousands of dollars a month plus what you spent on the product, hopefully now you see why private labeling is not something that I recommend somebody with limited capital or just getting started to do. It takes marketing, advertising, and getting the word out there. However, if you can convince people to buy your iPad case or your cell phone case or your dog leash or whatever it is you're selling, and you can slap a logo on it and you can put it on Amazon and give it to them to their warehouse where you don't have to handle it, you can one click and order 1,000 of these from your supplier in different colors, get it in, package it up in a day and get it out to Amazon, you can see how you can make a lot of money with a little bit of work after a long time of investing your days and nights and marketing and money and et cetera, into it. It is very sustainable, it is awesome, but just like any other product, any other private label or item, you gotta get your name out there. So keep that in mind when considering to buy product. Make sure that you have time, that you don't need to get the capital back right away, and that you have the money to put into the marketing. So that is Private Label 101, dumbed down, very easy, and hopefully you guys understand it. I know there's gonna be a lot of questions still. I will do future videos on actually physically creating FBA shipments, which I kind of already have one. You can look down my video tab for the word FBA or Amazon. We'll do other videos on like products. Everyone's biggest question is gonna be, well, what product should I buy? If it was that easy, we'd all be billionaires. You got to do the research. You got to come up with the product. You got to come up with the marketing, the R&D, the labeling. All that is up to you. There's thousands and thousands of products you can research and look into. We'll also do some videos on researching Amazon sales and products and marketing and sales ranks and all that stuff. So enjoy this video for what it is. It's basics, Private Label 101. Comment section belongs to you guys and girls on anything you have to ask me. I'll try to answer as many as I can. Feel free to jump into the comments. If you have an answer to one of the other viewers' comments, I really appreciate you guys helping to answer those questions. So thank you so much. Check out the description box for all the rest of my links and information, and I will see you guys next time.